For my H5P project, my students will be completing assignments on the life cycle of a butterfly. On the screen, you can see my Google Classroom that I have created in which my students will be using to complete these assignments. The assignments that will be completed are all listed on the stream here in the Google Classroom. The first assignment is listed at the very bottom, and they will work their way up to the top. Students can also click on the classwork button and they can see all of the activities that they will be completing. Each one of these activities are organized in a topic that addresses activity 1, 2, 3, and so on. In each activity, I have listed out the steps to know for the students to know the order that they will complete these activities in. I'm going to show you each activity that is listed in the project that the students will be completing. Activity 1 is learning the life cycle of a butterfly. In these activities, the students will be learning about the information of the life cycle. The first step in activity 1 is listening to a read aloud on the life cycle of a butterfly. Students will simply just watch the video, hear the information, and learn about the life cycle. In step 2, they will be using an H5P activity that has a link to the video that they have already watched so that they can use it again. And during the second time watching this video, students will be taking notes over here in this section about what they have learned in the life cycle and throughout the story. This will help them in future assignments throughout the project. Activity 2, they will be completing an interactive lesson on the life cycle of a butterfly in step 1. This is a PBS Kids link that will have the kids create an account and log in so that it will save the information that they have worked through and that they have learned. In this interactive lesson, there are videos that show the kids about the different steps and give them a visual of what they are learning about. It also has different interactive activities that they will complete. It has vocabulary that relates to the life cycle of a butterfly to help them know and understand what the words mean and what they are learning about. It also has different activities for them to complete throughout the activity for them to be able to see and learn and understand about each step in the cycle. Once they have completed the interactive lesson, they can always refer back to it, but then they will complete step 2 in activity 2, which is the exit slip. The exit slip is completed on an H5P activity. Students will have an exit slip that is multiple choice. I'm still learning about how to add questions to the exit slip using multiple choice, but you can kind of get the idea of what they will be doing and what we will be using for this through this example. After activity 2, they'll move to activity 3. This is going to be a major part of their project in creating a group presentation on what they have learned from the life cycle of a butterfly. In their assignment, group members will create a presentation on the life cycle of a butterfly to share with the class with their group members. There is a link that I have attached to this assignment, and I will show you that in just a second. That is an example of what they will be creating. The student and their group members will create something similar with the requirements listed below. So in their presentation, they will need the steps of a life cycle, a picture of each step, an explanation of what happens in each step and how it connects to the previous step. So here you can see Just a quick example. There is nothing fancy about this, but I just created this for the students to see kind of what I am looking for in the presentation, step 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Obviously, this is just a basic outline of what they will be creating. Theirs will be more visually pleasing and have a lot more information on it, but it just allows them to see the H5P assignment that they will be creating and using for this part of the project. Okay, last but not least, they will do activity 4, and that will be the assessment. They will click here. They will complete the assessment through an H5P activity or assignment. I have just created just a basic example of what they will have. This is not the full assessment that they will be using, but I have included some true-false questions, multiple choice questions, and then fill in the blank. Of course, a true assessment that they would have a lot more questions, but this just gives you a brief overview of what I would use to test for understanding in this assignment. That is the last assignment in my project. Of course, students can go back and they can see what they have turned in, what they are missing. They can see step by step what they have to complete. And using Google Classroom, I can also give them feedback on the assignment.